would like to introduce, as if we all don't know her.
One and only.
Yes, Augustina, better known as Tina in this group. And she's just gonna share with us, her books and how she came into being this author and whatever you want, okay? And are you comfortable with people asking questions as we go along?
Definitely.
Okay, very good. Well, we'll let you just get started then.
Okay. Thank you all so much for inviting me today for the book club. It's always joy when I come together with you all ladies. So thank you again for inviting me, and thank you all for the support. So today I'm going to talk about how I became an author of children's books, because basically if you write a thesis and dissertation and you publish a paper, you are an author. But we are focusing on becoming an author for children's storybooks. So how I got interested in that. So when I had my son, which most of you know him, Adriel, he's 2.5 now. I was like, oh, okay, I'm in the United States. I'm originally from Ghana, so I need my son to learn my native language. So I checked online trying to find some books in my language that my son could learn my native language, just the basics. But then I didn't really find books for children in my native language. So I decided, okay, I'm going to write those books. So that is how I started. So my native language is the Nzema language. So I was able to publish 4 books in my native language. So hoping that my son will be able to learn my language, and then also Ghanaians who speak my language and are outside Ghana can also have access to it, to give it to their children to also learn their native language. Basically, encouraging cultural heritage. So that was how I started. And then so when I got to know that, oh, I've been able to write these books, and to tell you the truth, I had to request for guidance. So I feel like sometimes when God gives you a vision, He gives you people in your life to guide you, and that was mine when I started writing the children's book. We used to live in Minnesota at that time, so one of our neighbors is an author, and so I approached her, and I was like, okay, this is what I want to do, and then I'll appreciate your guidance on that. She's a very good author, and her story is very powerful, how she came to be an author. So I was like, okay, will you guide me? And she willingly, she was like, okay, yes, I will help you, I will guide you. So she introduced me to all the softwares that I needed. I also did my research even before going to her, and then so after that we sat down, and then she taught me how I can go about everything. And so she'll give me some assignment to do, and then whenever we meet, we go over it. So that was how we were able to publish those books. And then also I contacted people like scholars of the language in Ghana. I made sure that whichever one I do, I send it out to them to review, because it's going to be public. So it has to be, the spellings and everything has to be right. So I sent it to them, and then they'll review it before they give me the go ahead to publish it. So now it's on Amazon, and so people have access to it. The marketing is not that strong. I'm trying to get it out there slowly, but so that after the Nzema books, I was like, oh, I've been able to write these books. And I teach children about environmental sustainability through my nonprofit organization. So this will be a very good opportunity to reach children worldwide, to help them learn about environmental sustainability. Because I believe that when we are able to inculcate these values in children, about protecting the environment, they'll grow up with it and be able to protect the environment in their own way. So that was how come I started writing. And so with that, I needed to think about, okay, what books do I want to publish? So the first thing that came in mind was books on clean water. And the idea is from my background growing up in Ghana, experiencing the challenges in obtaining clean drinking water, which now, in my perspective, it's getting worse because of illegal mining. So there is a lot of illegal mining in Ghana, people mining in our water bodies and then our forest reserves. So it's, from my perspective, it's getting worse. So I'm like, okay, this would be a good opportunity to teach children about the importance of protecting our water bodies. And being a clean water advocate, I've worked on projects with communities. For example, the Butte, Montana community, where I did my bachelor's degree, we did a fundraising to provide drinking water wells for villages in Ghana. And so I was like, this will be a good opportunity to teach children worldwide about why we should protect our water bodies. So my first book, Nane's Magic Waterfall, is on clean water. And I also decided that, okay, I'm not going to write only one book. I want to write a lot of books on the various topics in environmental protection. So then I decided to make it a series, and then name it the Little Guardian series. So
That's clever.
this is it's a series. Thank you. It's a series, and it's titled Little Guardian series. So now we have one on clean water, which is Nane's Magic Waterfall, and then we have the Air Keepers, which is on the importance of clean air, and then we have the Soil of Life, which is about soil conservation. So basically, teaching children about environmental sustainability, environmental protection through storytelling. So that is how I started. And then the fourth reason I also decided to write these books is also to find sustainable ways to fund my non-profit organization, Teen Lead Foundation. So I've given you some brochures about Teen Lead Foundation. And so we started Teen Lead Foundation in Ghana in 2016, even before I came to the United States. The motivation was from me growing up in Ghana, in my village Axim, and not really having mentors to guide me on my journey to becoming an environmental engineer. I went through a lot before getting mentors in the university, basically. So the idea was like, okay, we have a lot of children in Axim and various parts of Ghana who need guidance on their careers. So that is how we started. And then, so we've had children who have gone through our programs in Ghana and are now volunteers. We have children, so the way, if you are a volunteer, we also try to guide you to also, if you want to go to graduate school, we try and then guide you as much as we can. So we've had volunteers who are now in the United States studying, who are now in UK studying, and other countries also studying, and they still volunteer. We try to do everything online, we communicate online, and we have team members in Ghana who go to the rural areas to organize the programs for the children in the rural areas. So we focus on STEM or STEAM, science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics. And then we also teach the children about the various careers out there, because for me growing up, I knew about like the careers out there. I knew about being a teacher, being a nurse, being a doctor. That is what I knew. And so when you go to senior high school in Ghana and you ask most science students, they will tell you they want to be a doctor or a teacher or a nurse. We really didn't know about most of the careers out there. We were not exposed to them, even at the senior high school level. So for us, we decided that, okay, before the children go to senior high school level, we are going to introduce them to all these careers out there. We bring people, professionals in the industry to come and talk to them. And then also we try to also get professionals in our area who can also speak our language to come down and then talk to them that these are the various careers out there, you can pursue it no matter what. And we also do one-on-one mentorship with them where the professionals from the industry who are there to help sit down with the kids, try to talk to them, probe into their lives, and then try to help them in any way that they can. So that is what we've been doing since 2016. And so being here in Sioux Falls, I was like, okay, what can I do to help my community? I live here in Sioux Falls, what can I do? And then so I'm like, okay, I guess it will be a good idea to start Teen Lead Foundation here in Sioux Falls too. And then focus on environmental protection and then literacy, because we have these books here to help the children read the stories, that is literacy, and then also help them learn about environmental protection through hands-on projects, environmental sustainability projects. So that is how come I decided to write all these books, and these are the inspiration behind the Little Guardian series. The process of writing, so I'm a self-publisher. So as I said, I got a mentor. I call her my mentor because she has basically been guiding me through it. If I get any roadblock after reading and I don't get it, I just email her to let her know that, oh, this is what I'm looking for. Do you have any idea about it? If she doesn't, she also does her research, and then we definitely come find an answer to it. So that is where we are. So with that, when I decided to publish, she guided me through it. And so for me, the first thing I did was, okay, these are the stories I want to write. So I had to do my research on the internet, look at the books out there, how many books are on environmental sustainability, and there are not a lot out there. So I'm like, okay, this is a good opportunity for me to also write and teach children worldwide. So I started that. So for that, I write my drafts, and then also before I decide on the title I want for the book, but then as time goes on, it changes, you know. So and then sometimes you check online and then someone already has taken that title, so you cannot take the title, so you have to decide on another title. So once I was able to write the first book, I have my manuscripts. Then I had to search for an illustrator. At first I was like, okay, I'm going to illustrate the book myself, but then I realized that that is not my job. That's not something that I can do a lot of stuff, but that one I cannot do it. So I initially tried, but then I couldn't get the characters consistent. So then I had to find someone online, and they have this freelance website that you can get authors, you can get illustrators, a lot writers on there. So we have Upwork and Fiverr. So I got to know about Fiverr. So I went on Fiverr, did my research, looked at the various profiles of the illustrators on there, and I decided to go with one. The person I was going to go with, I wasn't sure if it was going to work for both of us, because she's from Pakistan but currently lives in Bangladesh. She doesn't know how to speak English. Yeah, she can read it, but then to speak it is very hard for her. So, but she can read, she can write. Sometimes she texts me, but like she was able to. I emailed her. I'm like, hey, this is what I'm looking at. This is my book. Will you be able to work with me? And she said she can try. So, and I also decided that each of my book is going to have a background, the setting in a different continent or country. So if you realize this one is Africa, one is Asia, and then one is Europe. Now I'm going to work on the next one, which will be in North America, the United States to be precise. So that is what I'm going to work on next. So I'm like, okay, the setting is in Africa. I know you haven't been to Africa before, so how are we going to do that? So I sent her my story, then she came up with illustrations, she brought it. I'm like, no, this is not how I envision my book to look like. So I let her do it again, and then I realized that okay, I had already generated something myself. So to make it easier for both of us, I think I should just send her what I have, and then that will be helpful for both of us to be able to move forward. So I sent her what I had already generated myself, like how I envision each background or each page to be like. So I sent it to her, and then she was able to work on it, and then brought it back very quickly. And we went back and forth on each page, what should be taken out, what should be added. You have to be very patient with that, so that you get a good book. So we're able to go through it, and then after that I sent it to my husband's auntie. Like she loves reading. She has done a lot when it comes to books. So I sent it to her. Could you please review this for me? So then she did the reviewing, and then also made some corrections, and then I did all the corrections, and then with even some of the illustrations, she has some suggestions on what we should change and what we shouldn't change. And so I sent it back to her, and then we were able to complete it. So after that, after completing the illustrations and everything, she sent me the folder. So now I have to make sure I make it into the book, as in arrange it and everything. So I use Canva. There are other softwares out there that can be used, but when I did my research, I had to do a lot of research. I decided I'm going to use Canva. That is the software that I use to lay out my book and the text and everything. So I did that, and then after that, we have a lot of publishing companies out there. But then, being a self-publisher and then starting small, I decided I'm going to go with Amazon. So I went with Amazon. So my initial book was the paperbacks. So I published the paperbacks with Amazon, and then later my mentor guided me to also do that with the hardcovers with Ingram Spark. So I'm still learning, trying to find a cheaper publishing company, cheaper but quality publishing company that I can go with. But for now, Amazon prints my hardcovers, and then Ingram Spark also prints. Sorry, Amazon prints my paperbacks, and then Ingram Spark prints my hardcovers. So yeah, and it's a whole process on there too that you have to do. So after the Enzima books, we had to move, and so we've been communicating on through text messages and then on Zoom with my mentor about the book. So I also decided that okay, I need to learn these things. So YouTube has been my go-to
educator.
Yeah,
University.
Yeah, YouTube University, definitely. I go there a lot. There are other publishers over there, self-publishers over there, who give you some ideas, some guidance. Whatever you are looking for, definitely you'll find it out there. And then also aside that, I joined some groups on Facebook, authors. We have like children's book authors groups on Facebook. So I join them, and so if I have a question, I put it out there. And if someone puts a question out there, I also follow and see, learn from them. So those groups, and then YouTube has been very helpful, and then also my mentor has been really helpful um, with publishing these books. So when it comes to the marketing, it's on Amazon, but then I normally direct people to my website, which is safari-treasures.com. So the reason I have a separate website for the book aside Teen Lead Foundation is that I was advised to make it as a business, and then we donate the proceeds to Teen Lead Foundation. So that was the advice I got, and I believe it was okay to do it that way. So the proceeds from the book sales goes to Teen Lead Foundation, but the books are sold on Safari Treasures, safari-treasures.com. And then aside my website, I just do word of mouth, telling people about the books. And then also I have a TikTok page that I saw. I think I got most of my sales. One of the days I posted a video, and then it went viral. Like I got, I think, almost 10K views. And then I got like 200 purchases.
Wow.
Within 3 weeks. So after that, it has been very slow. I guess I've also been trying to focus on building Teen Lead Foundation here, so I've not really been consistent, but I've been trying to post videos every now and then about the books. And another thing that I'm also planning to do is to be a speaker. So I'm open to be invited to churches, schools, wherever, to talk about the inspiration behind the books, to talk about Teen Lead Foundation, and then also hopefully to raise some funds from it. So if you can tell your church, okay, we have this person, I think you can invite them. I'll be willing to come. It's all basically to raise funds for Teen Lead Foundation, to be able to teach the children in Sioux Falls and its surroundings about environmental sustainability. So when it comes to Teen Lead Foundation, as I said earlier, we here in Sioux Falls, for South Dakota, we are focusing on teaching children about environmental sustainability through literacy and then hands-on environmental projects. And we are looking at children in kindergarten, elementary, and middle school. So that is the stages we are looking at right now. And we are hoping to work with the institutions here like Boys and Girls Club, Dakota Scouting, and then the Sioux Falls School District, and then the churches too. So we are open to any institution that would want us to work with the children they have. And so the idea is also to gift the children the book. So each book comes with a curriculum. So for instance, the one on clean water, we have a curriculum on the clean water for each level, for kindergarten, middle school, and then elementary school.
Wow.
So with that, we'll go through it using the book and then also hands-on environmental activities. For example, when it comes to the clean water, we are looking at water bodies. And here in South Dakota, or here in Sioux Falls, we have the Sioux River. So how can we teach our kids to protect the Sioux River? They are not too little to protect the river. You teaching them, they grow up with it, they tell their friends about it, they tell their parents about it. So, and then the idea is that we give them the book to learn from it. Each book has an activity section in it. So after reading the book, they can go through the activity section. And then also we plan on giving them, I think I didn't bring, some science experiment toolkits during the hands-on activities to take home with them. The idea is that they should take it home, play with it, continue to learn about environmental sustainability, and then also have the book with them. So that is the idea. And so with that, we are looking for individuals and companies who will be willing to partner with us, because we want to teach the children, we don't want to build them. So if you're an individual, you want, okay, I want to buy 20 books, I want to buy 10 books for the children that you'll be teaching next year. I want to buy 5 books, I want to buy one book for the children that you'll be teaching next year. It's welcome. So that is what we are doing now. So
So besides doing your books, now you've started your foundation here in South Dakota.
yes, and our office is at the Nonprofit Center,
Okay.
1000 Northwest Avenue,
Do you know where that
behind
is?
Mhm.
behind the stadium, the
Yes,
Dennis Sanford
yes.
Stadium. So that's where our office is, and we are hoping to recruit volunteers. So currently I'm working full time, so we are hoping to recruit volunteers who, if you want to spend 2 hours a day in the office as a volunteer for us, that is okay. Next year we are launching our program, the Little Guardians Explorers Initiative, and that will focus on teaching children in Sioux Falls and its surroundings about environmental sustainability using the books and then hands-on projects. So we are working on it and hoping to, as I said, I've already spoken to the Dakota Scouts. They are willing to work with us. They said they will get back to me on Wednesday. I'm waiting for updates from Boys and Girls Club. I was told that they are in need of like projects like this. So I'm waiting for a feedback. And then also we are going to have one pilot project in a school. So if we are going to do all 3 of the books in a year for a pilot project with a school, the school will decide if they want us to focus on the middle school students, or they want us to focus on elementary, or they want us to focus on kindergarten. So then we do that with the stage or the level that they give us. We'll have at least 8 sessions with the children. So the first one on clean water, let's say each book will have 2 sessions, and then after the whole sessions we are hoping to have a project competition among the children to showcase what they learned. And so with that, we are hoping that the companies, individuals that would donate will be able to come around and look at the impact that we have had on these kids, what they've learned from the program. So that is what we are hoping to do next year. So
Awesome. So
I'm
exciting.
just so proud of you.
thank you.
Oh my
So
goodness.
basically, you can direct your books to any age level.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm just overwhelmed with all that you have accomplished. I think
Yeah,
it's
and
just-
working
and
full time.
so good, especially the environment, which is so much needed, you know?
And have you any contacts with teachers groups?
Also, for now, our board members includes 2
Oh,
teachers,
that's right.
so
From Bedrock.
they are going to help us
Wow.
get into contact with the schools and everything.
And then you did the coloring books?
Oh yes, so I've been looking for sustainable ways to fund the non-profit organization. So for instance, I've been going for what do you call it? These markets that are organized. So for example, there is Sioux Empire Market coming on in November.
Oh, right.
I try to go. So sometimes I guess the first time I went, I didn't get a lot of purchases, but then I was able to get some purchases on the books. So that was kind of an idea that came in mind. I'm like, okay, let me just have the coloring books on the side, so that if I go and don't
Yeah.
even get purchases on the books, if I get purchases on the coloring books, it's helpful, because I have to pay for those
With
events.
the markets, like
mean
at
like
the
The
I'm sorry.
fairs is what I'm
Yeah,
thinking of, yes.
Fairs. Oh, okay.
They are really expensive, so
Yeah,
Yeah.
to get their booths.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm sure.
What about like the libraries?
So the library has my books. All three of my books at the library. So.
At all of the libraries or just?
So for the Siouxland Library, they have one copy of each. So if they circulate it around all the libraries, so that's what they do.
Maybe expand that. I would push for that.
I
Well,
asked,
and
but
with the
they said
libraries-
they only take
Yeah.
Would the
just one
libraries
copy
work
each.
with you to have a program for children?
I'm working on it.
Yeah.